Spinning. 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 Oh no, we're out of money! Now, in our last quarter, we made exactly negative $20. That's not enough money to feed my children. Now, when I looked at our numbers, I was thinking, we're gonna be okay. But then I looked at them again and realized I was blind. These numbers are real. And all your last shows sucked. The animated adventures of Anne Frank? What were you thinking? She's way too progressive for this era.
Well, the problem was we marketed it in Germany.
Look, I'm not saying that we can't be visionaries, but we also need more money. So, I'm gonna need you guys to make a new show. Something that could break ground in a less breaking way. Like farts.
Farts?
Oh, farts.
That's an idea.
I don't know how you're gonna make it, but just put farts everywhere. I have to fart right now. Why don't I make a show? Fart. I'm gonna need you to watch 3 shows. Now these shows changed my life. When Karen took the freaking kids, I thought, what will I watch? I'm bored. Should I fart? No, I'll watch fat things fart while they dance around. That's what I need you guys to do. Can you do that for me? Please, I'm asking for a friend. If there's not a good show by the end of this video, then you're all fired. Fired by my spanking machine.
What exactly is Boobah?
A drug.
It's for people who can't afford to get high.
It's people.
It's not
The
first.
beginning. The beginning starts
first.
with an echo in the distance.
You gotta have the context.
Yeah. Give me a good.
Here comes the flying ball. It's gay. The children all divide by race and race to the nearest hillsides, where the gay ball meets them. And charming, they begin to dance around the gay ball, bumping their bodies up against it and smiling. As the gay ball has collected enough power, it zooms off. It turns to wherever it came from, and we get a nice title card. They ascend into the heavens, awaking the Boobahs from their little teaspoon. What do we call those? Ladles.
Yeah, they feast on the happiness of children. I think that's
Exactly.
That's clear.
And then once that goes through their bodies, there's only one way it can come out.
Whoa!
Inflate.
Oh!
Oh, they're all friends.
Oh, they're going.
They just farted their way up there.
Lovely.
So what is the Boobah dance section? What do they do exactly?
I don't know, but it should be in Fortnite.
T-pose.
Baby, we're supposed to do it.
Come on, yeah, follow along.
I will
Alright.
not participate in this satanic ritual.
Who's gonna be the blue one?
Satanic. This is the only way to
I
grow.
will never be Zing 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 Ba.
That's true. And then there's the one that's like real thick in the back, and he's like, he's really getting into it.
Look at the guy at the back. He's like,
You're getting a little extra hip movement in there.
he's not one of the show Boobahs.
What is the section of the show where we see actual people like?
It's a giant hot dog.
It's a huge hot dog.
Oh, that's what it was.
Everything else is according to your interpretation, but the giant hot dog, at least we know that is a given. So I appreciate that.
Boobahians can agree on that part, though the rest, yeah.
Give me a straight description of what happens.
I'm gonna give you a gay description.
Alright, I'll give you a description. So it starts when 2 child slaves come out, present an offering to the shadow Boobah. These 4 demons and their brother are summoned, falls onto the ground in some random place, probably Brooklyn. So they try to pick up the hot dog, but it's filled with too much negative energy. But then the shadow Boobah works a little bit of extra special genius. And they didn't teach me anything.
That is not how
Because I'm
you
pretty
eat
sure I'm
fish.
not supposed to throw my food up in the air like that.
Does anyone have the
Oh,
spark
she
notes
likes hot
page
dogs already.
for the plot? Because I think we're getting it all wrong.
No, I'm getting it right. I'm the only one getting it right.
You just said it's been in Brooklyn.
No, but you
We're
know where
making
it's
this
been
too hard
before
for
it was in
Nathan to edit
Brooklyn.
later. So once the egg and gay snake do their thing,
Do their thing.
I think first
do
it's
it.
just Grandpa.
Somebody's coming. It's Grandpapa.
Why does this look so weird to me?
It doesn't look real. Like a
It's
fake
sad.
real place.
And then he
Yeah.
just looks at it for a little bit, like smells it.
What are you gonna do to that hot dog, Grandpapa?
He dances for a little bit or something. And, pops it out of the bun.
Yeah, because he's trying to eat the wrong end.
3, 2, 1. We have commit and we have lift off at 2.
But luckily, he
Yeah.
finds help and he finds love in the ketchup bottle that appears out of nowhere.
Cut. This is not the ketchup.
Oh,
Grandmama.
Fine,
Grandmama.
I swear, straight answer time.
Almost had it.
It's Grandmama.
He finds help and he finds love
Grandma.
in Grandmama.
Something.
Catches the giant wiener from the sky and runs around with it for a little while before returning it to Grandpapa.
Then the ketchup comes in. You're missing the ketchup.
Yeah, she squirts it in his face. It's gross. Squirts the ketchup on his face, and then she's like, "Oh crap, he's gonna divorce me." And so she calls on the Boobah powers to rewind time with the time stone.
I forgot about that.
The hardest choices require the strongest will.
Did she just reverse time? She really is one of the top 10 characters who can defeat Thanos.
What the heck
Oh,
just
that's
happened?
disgusting.
It just goes back into the ketchup bottle.
Then they redo.
Oh.
This is like some weird.
Oh god, this is really weird.
Oh, it looks like,
This is ASMR.
it looks like she's eating, like, they're eating flesh or something.
Something perverted.
This is like, you know the Spider-Man
Serious.
Elsa stuff? It's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
like
like
that.
that.
This was the original. This was on TV though.
Make sure to smash that table and hit the children.
Okay, next question.
Somebody stop this man.
What about this show is so off-putting and weird?
Because there is a shadow Boobah and he's never explained. He's there throughout the entire episode.
Oh, it's the Darth Boobah.
Oh my
I
gosh!
thought it
This
was
said
this
dark
movie.
episode.
Look at
Oh my
Shadow
gosh,
Boobah.
it's
Shadow Boobah. Oh, he's returned.
What the heck? This is a
He's gonna be haunting us all day.
It's just that there's not a plot. It's just dancing colors, and they're thick for some reason.
Dancing thick colors that fart.
Yeah.
What if we made a show about farting colors?
I like it.
But really, to
Yeah,
sum
I
it
see
up,
on
the
this.
weirdest of the show is it just seems like it's like on acid or something. Like
You can't.
colors on acid.
Whoa! They're being overcome by the drugs. The writers were either not trying at all or trying so hard that
No, it wasn't that one.
It's still quite the experience, and I did enjoy it.
It's like a roller coaster with my eyes.
How would you best describe Nanalan in 3 words?
Artistic, insightful, and hot.
What happens first in the episode that we watched?
Mona goes bald.
The intro.
Nah, Nanalan.
Nanalan, Nanalan. Nanalan.
There's one in every group. So, who are the main characters of this story? Let's start with the first character, Mona.
Cut your hair.
Mona's the most wholesome human,
No,
like,
no,
tea
rephrase.
thing, green ball that I've ever seen in my life.
How many green balls have you seen?
Describe Russer, the dog.
Wesser is a good boy.
Next, well, Nana is half the visual appeal because she's a very
Curvaceous woman.
Oh, that's so delicious.
She likes Mr. Wuka a little too much, probably.
Oh yeah, we all got those vibes.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Wuka.
We know the real reason why she was so excited to have him though.
But I think she's a solid Nana for my money.
Alright, Paul, who is Mr. Wuka?
Well, he's a hunk.
Hello, kiddo. Hey, Mr. Wuka. Hello there. Can't see anything, can you?
Are you stupid?
Oh, that's right.
Mr. Wuka smokes the hookah.
I think Nana is infatuated with his
puppeteering skills.
Yes.
Pay a lot of attention to the show here. We get in here. Very exciting.
Why does Mona have to get a haircut?
Because she's bald.
You know what? I saw from back there that you got really long hair.
She's freaking bald.
The Rogaine wasn't working.
This was plan B.
She put it all in her ears.
She put it on 2 spots on the side of her head. That's it. So the rest was bald.
What is the book of firsts that Nana has?
Dumb.
That's in the Bible, I think.
Now, you know what we like to do with your first haircut? Well, we want to go put it inside the big book of Mona Firsts.
I thought she was about to say the Book of Mormon.
The big book of Mormon.
So what's she doing?
Oh, Mona, have you converted?
It's the book of everything that Mona's ever done the first time.
Oh, look at that. It's the first time to the beach.
It's the beach dirt.
How did she glue sand on there?
And the beach grass? What is that?
Look at that.
Why is she fatter there than she is now?
Her mouth is like,
obviously.
Nana? Yeah, darling? What about Mona First Lunch?
What happened in the scene where Mona wanted to make breakfast?
I was like, I thought that said mono at first.
I like that.
She poured into the bowl, except she missed the
Psych.
bowl. And Nana ate 1 flake. Bless your heart.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, you mean the board? Yeah, there's one flake.
One flake.
Nana's roasting her.
The bowl, idiot.
Ooh, looks good.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. What's it gonna be?
What is the puppet show that Mr. Wuko puts on about?
Egg climbs mountain and sings.
And has goat.
And I'm going to climb to the top of this mountain so I can sing and yodel to the entire world.
It's getting pretty meta with another puppet show. Puppet show.
Oh
He
no.
slightly bumped into a rock.
Oh.
I will not give up.
Nah. Give up.
Oh! He done jammed.
It hops the goat.
Hops the goat, hops rocks.
It just straight up bounces that goat.
What was the message of that story?
I will not give up.
Yodel.
Never fall.
All lessons children need to hear.
What was the deal with Mona trying to ride a bicycle, except it was actually a bicycle?
Thank you. I was gonna correct you on that.
It's your brand new first bike.
I want to correct you. It's the little cruiser Angel.
Perfect description of Mona as well.
Little cruiser Angel. What? I believe in this episode she was training to be in Fast and the Furious. She wants to race Vin Diesel.
Let's go get on that bike.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And when the piston
real
cup.
Oh, sweet pea!
Why do you think Mona is at Nana's house so much?
Because her mother is abusive. No, you could tell from the tension that the mother, excretes whenever she's on camera. Yeah, it's like
excretes. You mean?
No. Just that feeling that she has every time she's on camera. You can tell she's not a very nice person.
What do you think kids are learning from this show?
How to make noise.
Yes. Yodeling. It's important.
Oh,
that's true.
It's important, kids.
You know, Mona has pretty good manners. I've never seen her act up or misbehave or anything.
But she did ride the tricycle in the house.
Come on. Okay, don't be riding in the house.
Oh, that's true.
Well, that
was
wasn't her fault.
misty.
She couldn't control it, obviously.
What do you think is most appealing about Nanalan?
I mean, legitimately speaking, it's charming.
I don't
Yeah, look at her face. She's having Vietnam flashbacks, I think.
War. War never changes.
Those were her real first steps. If you know what I'm saying.
What happens in Oobi?
What happens
Haircut.
in Oobi stays in Oobi.
What is with this?
Oh, this makes me uncomfortable.
No. Okay, here's what happens. I'll give you a straight answer. So, Oobi wakes up in the morning
I don't
with
believe you.
hair down to his wrist, which is very concerning, because he's a hand.
Oobi? Hair. It looks like a girl's hand.
I'm a hand.
No, I think it's just a kid's hand, maybe.
No, it's an adult man's hand. And so then his grandpa comes in and is like, hey, Oobi, you bum, wake up and go to school. But it's summertime, so he doesn't actually go to school. He just goes downstairs to get some cereal with his sister. Uma?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she the sister? I think she's a sister.
That's his daughter.
And for some reason, he thinks that she's going to be disturbed by his hair in weird and unusual places.
Oobi, hide hair.
So he decides to hide his hair with a flower.
Hi, Uma.
Hi, Oobi.
Which only intrigues her more, and so she asks to sniff it.
Oobi? Uma, smell?
But then, what happens? Does it just fall out?
I stopped paying attention.
And then the sister's like, hair! Hair! Hair!
Oh, nice.
And then she just gets over it.
Oh, Oobi! Hair! Nice!
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they would never.
Cut to Oobi in the bathroom with his best friend Beanie Man.
Hair. Hair?
And Beanie Man is like, okay, you may not realize this, but I have hair. I'm just covering it with a beanie. So we need to cover your hair with gel.
Goo! Mm-hmm.
Grandpoo comes in and he's like, yo, let's go get a haircut. And then Oobi's like, okay, haircut.
Oh, barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hair.
And Albert Einstein is a hairdresser now for some reason.
Yeah, we're in the same dilemma as we've always been. Haircuts, scary.
Grandpoo. Oobi, no haircut. Oobi's scared.
True.
So what do? You ask your grandpa to get his back shaved for you.
Well, Grandpoo first?
That'll cheer you up
It's only
and
natural.
make you less scared.
Ooh, nice. Thank you.
Right. So after that, Oobi's like, okay, what haircut should I get? And then Albert Einstein's like, you could get this haircut, or this haircut, or this haircut.
We offer 4 haircuts at this establishment.
No.
No. Okay. Oobi. Haircut?
Nope.
Yeah, and then Oobi's like, you know what? I'm gonna be really cool and just go for the straight Vin Diesel look.
Oobi. Pooh hair.
Pooh hair?
And so then he does it, and then then he realizes, oh shoot, my grandfather looks like this. I'm gonna be the laughing stock of the playground.
Haircut done.
Haircut done. Still Oobi?
Oh, still Oobi.
And then he freaking dies, the end. And then during the after credits scene, we see Oobi resurrected by the devil.
Okay,
in order to teach us a dance.
Jack, talk about the hair dance.
So at one point, Oobi gets home and I guess decides, well, must be time to dance.
Oobi wig.
You just got a haircut. Why do you want a wig all of a sudden? You're like...
He has regret.
Game. Dance game.
This is the classic, we're at this point in the show. The dancing portion of the show.
Bounce. Shake.
scary.
He's gonna eat your soul.
The hand does this. Bounce. What is it? Like bounce, 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 bounce. Then he does a nice spin.
Twirl.
Whoa.
Then there's something else. That used to be on film, but
Anyway,
I
it
don't
doesn't matter what his moves are. This is the worst dance I've ever seen. I'm gonna point out though, it's really gross to me to have like big tufts of hair sprouting out of a grown man's hand, like an afro on a hand. And
it's also a little weird when your hand is also your lower jaw or something.
And also your hand. Like, at the same time, one could use this finger as a mouth. They could also use it as a hand, and I don't want to do that.
You see some other guy's hand reaching onto another middle-aged man, putting some weird goop all over it. Okay, but what is good about Oobi?
Nothing.
Because we should have watched more Nanalan.
Oobi's just a low-budget Nanalan, stealing every single plot point without the charisma and the charm and the brilliant voice acting of Mona, who got snubbed by Kanye in the Oscars, by the way. And I don't know where I'm going with this.
You guys like it? Put eyeballs on my lips. I want to start that spin-off. Eyeballs on the lips, and it's just a lip lower shot. That's my kid's show idea.
What is your favorite of the 3 shows?
Nanalan.
Nanalan.
It's Nanalan. Nanalan is the best because not only does it feel like it doesn't have to talk down to you, but it only does... Nanalan does its own thing.
I like Nanalan because she is cute, she is cool, she is what all of our young women should aspire to be.
Mona has swagger. She is what we should all aspire to be, not just our young women.
But our young men, too.
Our young men as well, yes. Mona is simply a poster child of...
etiquette.
She's Jesus.
I'm getting more of an Allah vibe.
That would explain nothing at all, actually.
Mona is the core of Nanalan, and that's why we like Nanalan. She makes it charming, she makes it interesting. There's a lot of humor that comes from Mona. She doesn't understand a lot of the world, but she helps you understand a lot of the world.
Now, Josh, what do you think about it? I ate a pizza today.
Now that we've seen all of these, I think it's time we make our own show. We take the best elements of each show.
And it's going to be the ultimate show. And we're calling it Nana Boobie. And...
Anna Boobie. Wait.
Who are you and where did you come from?
You don't want to know. I came
Anyway.
from Brooklyn.
Give me a haircut, Grandpa. Sweet, good.
What's up for a bad boy?
Why aren't you subscribing?
Well, the news is back in from your show. And the good news is, you're not fired. The bad news is, people do not like your show. It's amazing. It's a successful...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boys. Hey, give me that cash.
I don't dance. I'm gonna just dance here with y'all. Y'all got rhythm.
Business Code, we really do work. You worked. I worked. This fidget spinner got pregnant from your show. Now the man upstairs is very pleased with your work. I'm not saying we did it, but I did it. And we did it for me. And Mr. P. Mr. P.
Hey guys, I loved your work. It was incredible.
It was so cool.
Turns out Mr. P is Pikachu this whole time.
Wait, I prefer Ryan.
This is the joke. I am
Please,
joking.
help me.
I don't have any friends.
I'll be your friend.
Mr. P, you're not real.
You want to spank me?